Hello everyone. ይሰማል የሚሰማችሁ ከሆነ ይሰማል ትላላችሁ? Yeah. Oh yeah, cool. Probably clearly ይሰማል. Okay, so just wait, let's wait for people to join for like 5 minutes, 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna start. Okay. Till then የመጣችሁበትን ኮሜንት ሴክሽን ላይ ማስቀመጥ ትችላላችሁ። ኢትዮጵያ የት አካባቢ እንዳላችሁ፣ ከኢትዮጵያዎችም ከሆናችሁ የት አካባቢ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ እንደሆናችሁ you can just write in the comments. Then yeah. ሐዋሳ አለ፣ አዲስ አበባ አለ፣ ደሴ አለ። that's crazy. I'm from አዲስ አበባ for ሐዋሳ አዲስ አበባ ይበዛሉ በብዛት። that's interesting በጣም yeah. Yeah, 2 more minutes and then we're gonna start. Yeah, hopefully we all are excited to start, but yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to like post it on Instagram and I'm an update ለማድረግ live እንደሆነ. That's what I'm doing right now. እየገባችሁ ያላችሁ we have like 42 participants. እስካሁን ባለው You can if you want. I'm just playing. I know they can hear me, bro. Don't worry. What do you can just put it in the comments. Um, Probably you're playing, man. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna mention you though. Like you never reposted the Nintendo content. Yeah, you never. And then now when I was soon, you're funny, man. Um, yeah. So I mentioned about all of you. Oh yeah, you can share your Instagram with me, by the way. Oh, my bad. Uh, yeah. Okay. We're starting at like 2 minutes beyond, but I'm just trying to fix something here. We will start at like. Because that's so join Yaragan. No, that's good. We have like 50 so join Yaragan's gone. Um, that's good. So yeah. ብዙ ቦታ ነው አፕዴት እያደረኩ ያለሁት ሰው ለዛ ነው ሶሪ ጋይስ ቴሌግራም ኢንስታግራም so people can join us ሰው እንዲጠቀም ነው አላማችን ሰው እዚህ ዝም ብለን አውርተን ሰው although ቢፖስት በኋላ ሰው ካልተጠቀመ ላይቭ ላይ ጥያቄ ካልጠየቀን ትርጉም ስለማይኖረው Okay. I think I've posted it, right? So that's
said
it.
Wakanda.
Someone said what?
Someone said Wakanda. የት ነው የመጣችው ምናምን ብለህ ጠይቃል ነበር ቻት ላይ።
Wakanda. That's I don't know. That's cool. Let's go, guys. College essay writing and workshop ብለን አዘጋጅተናል እንግዲህ hope is going to be great today and tomorrow በኢትዮጵያ ከምሽቱ 3 ሰዓት እስከ 4:30 ባለው ውስጥ ለመጨረስ እንሞክራለን። በጣም ገፋ ከተባለ በኢትዮጵያ 5 ሰዓት መውጣት ያለበት ሰው ይወጣል ግዴታ ከሆነበት ከኛ መሃል። other than that ጥያቄዎች ካላችሁ መጠየቅ ትችላላችሁ። ከዛ በኋላ ነገ ደግሞ ኤሴ ኤዲቲንግ ይኖረናል። በዛ መንገድ የዛሬውን ሴሽን እናደርጋለን ማለት ነው። በኢትዮጵያ ከ3 ሰዓት ነው በኢትዮጵያ 3 ሰዓት ማታ ማለት ነው 9 ፒኤም ኢስት አፍሪካን ታይም። በእኛ በዚህ ኢስተርን ስታንዳርድ ታይም ደግሞ ወይም ሃርትፈርድ ኮኔቲከት ኢትስ ረሳሁት እንዴ 2 ፒኤም ነው ቤዚክሊ ኢትስ ላይክ 2 ፒኤም ኢስተርን ታይም እና እነ ሜላን ጋር 11 ኤኤም ፓሲፊክ አይደለ የሚባለው ፓሲፊክ ነው ሴንትራል ነበር ኢትዮጵያን ታይም ውስጥ አለ ወንድማችን እያሱ ከባህር ዳር ራይት አይደለ የጎንደር ነው ግን ያለው ባህር ዳር ነው እና ባህር ዳር ያላችሁ እያሱ ጋር ጎራ እያላችሁ ጥያቄዎች መጠየቅ ትችላላችሁ ነው ማለት ነው። So that's it. We all are going to introduce ourselves and let's start from that, I guess. But before that, this session is organized. Wait, sorry. My mouse is acting up. I'm so sorry. Organized by Admissions Counseling Inc. Telegram channel join ማድረግ ትችላላችሁ። So at Admissions Counseling Inc. ብላችሁ ማለት ነው። I think it's in the description box probably, right? It should be. ኤዲተራችን አላስቀመጠውም እንዴ? አላስቀመጠውም በኋላ ብሎ የምናደርገው ይሆናል። እሺ so basically በፊት for profit የነበረ but not for profit anymore. It's a non-profit organization to help mostly Ethiopian students through their college application process. Basically, that's የዓላማችን አድርገን የተነሳ ነው ማለት ነው። so እያሱ አለልን፣ ሜላን አለ፣ ከዛ ወንድማችን አለ። so እሱ ራሱ ያስታውቃል። ሁላችንም ራሳችንን እናስታውቃለን። ከዛ በኋላ እንጀምራለን ማለት ነው። ከእኔ አልጀምርም፣ ከሜላን እጀምራለሁ። ከዛ እያለ ይቀጥላል፣ እየዞረ ይሄዳል።
Hello, everyone. My name is Barakat Kabrat. A little bit about myself, some background information. I was born in Gondar. I came to the United States when I was 7 years old, and I am currently attending the University of Southern California, located at the heart of Los Angeles. I'm very excited to, share some insight about my experiences and everything that I've been through regarding the college process. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it.
For me, my name is Milan. I was born and raised in Saudi Arabia, moved to Ethiopia when I was 16, and then came to US for college when I was 18. I go to Minnesota State, and me and BK are currently interning on Microsoft. That's how we met. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I think most of the audience already knows me.
No, you don't, bro. They don't.
Come on.
Okay, go. Okay.
Okay. My name is Yasu. I'm from Gondar too. I went to UWC Dilijan with IPSA. So we studied there together for 1 year. Now I graduated from there, and I'm going to next year hopefully go to Whitman College in the US.
Great. So basically we're gonna mix. I'm gonna mix. መሀል ላይ እንግሊዘኛ ጥርስ ሲያጋጠመኝ I'm gonna mix some Harik. and but mostly it's going to be probably in English. Yeah, it's going to be in English. I said like most of your writing college essays in English, so we expect you to understand English also. ግን ያው አማርኛም ሚክስ እናደርጋለን አንዳንዴ የበለጠ ክሊር ለማድረግ ሀሳባችንን but yeah, that's it's just a disclaimer. So yeah, so let's go ahead. So ይሄ ነገር እንዴት ነው የሚሆነው? We're just gonna like it's gonna be a casual kind of conversation ይሆናል መሀላችን. It's kind of like a podcast. So I'm just gonna talk about my experience. Melan is gonna talk. Barakat is gonna talk about his experience, and then I'm gonna ask him questions in the middle. እንደዚህ እያለ ነው የሚቀጥለው. So probably ቅድም ማን የጀመረው? ሜላን ነው እና እያሱ ይጀምርልናል ከኤክስፒሪየንሱን ከኮሌጅ ኤሴ ራይቲንግ ኮሌጅ ኤሴ የሚባል or essay writing especially በአፕሊኬሽን ፕሮሰስ ላይ አፕሊኬሽን ፕሮሰስ ሲጀምር አፕሊኬሽን አፕላይ ሲያደርግ ወይም ደግሞ ወደ ኢንተርናሽናል ፕሮግራሞች አፕላይ ማድረግ ሲጀምር ከየት ነው የጀመረው? መች ነው ወደዛ ነገር ኢንትሮዲውስድ የሆነው መጀመሪያ ላይ then ከዛ በኋላ እንዴት ነው how did he basically develop his like writing skills after that, and basically his experience with applying to international programs and writing essays for them and submitting them. So ይሄንን ኤክስፒሪየንስ ነው የሚያወራው ማለት ነው. And we'll ask you questions in the middle. So yeah, that's it. Go ahead.
Okay. So as I mentioned, I'm originally from Ethiopia. I'm from Gondar. Then when I was 10th grade, I got accepted to UWC, and I went to UWC Dilijan, Armenia. So my experience will be kind of unique in a sense that I've been like hearing about college essays and reading a lot of like essays and stuff because I'm involved in this, admission counseling. So before I started applying myself, I kind of have this like knowledge about like about how to write essays and everything. Like first of all, because I applied to UWC because we had that whole application process too, but also about specifically writing college essays. I've been watching a lot of videos and reading some of you guys' essays, so I kind of have like that background knowledge. So like when I started writing my own essay or like started thinking about my own application, I was not like completely new. Like it's not like I didn't know what to do. I kind of have like some kind of idea of like what to do and stuff. Also, me being in UWC like Dilijan, I kind of had like a lot of support system. So a lot of the students around me were applying too, like myself. So we are all applying basically. So I kind of had like the support from my friends. But also I think, where do I start? Like, I think I started really thinking about my application during the summer, even though as much as I would have liked, I didn't get a lot of work done over the summer because we had like a lot of assignments and stuff. I like IPSA can relate probably. So yeah, but I started thinking about it then. So like the main thing was about my like common up essay, which is like the main essay that I have to write. So I just started brainstorming about like what I want to include and everything, not as much about like the technical stuff. So I would say I actually started my application pretty late than I should have. Like I think I properly started like drafting my essay like about like I would say like the rough drafts I started before like I think 2 months before my application deadline. I do not recommend you to do that. You should start your application much earlier. You should like at least have an idea of like what you're gonna write and stuff. And the earlier the better. But I didn't do that because I felt like I had like a lot of support system around me, my friends and stuff. So I didn't expect the application to take me this long. And also certain for us was very hard. So I was busy with like normal academic work and stuff. So yeah, that's why I didn't do that. It's not an excuse. So I don't recommend you to do that too. I would recommend you to start much earlier. But that was basically my experience. That's how I kind of got into college essays. And I think we'll come back to it of like what I wrote and what challenges and stuff. So basically that was kind of like the whole process, like roughly how I started writing my essays.
Okay, that's great. So I mean, did you have any support in the like when you wrote those essays and basically መሀል ላይ like የረዳ ሰው ነበረ? ፕላስ ደግሞ በደንብ ብታወራ ማለት ስለነበረ ኤክስፒሪየንስ ስለ ላይክ እያንዳንዱ ስትጽፍ የነበረበትን ታይም እና እንዴት ዴቨሎፕ እንዳረክ ደግሞ ስኪሎችህን ወይም ስሩ ታይም አፕላይ ባረክ ቁጥር ምን አይነት ለውጥ መጣ የሚለውንም ሞር ብታወራ because like you apply to UWC and then you apply to colleges, so tell us like the difference between those times when you apply to UWC, because like for me there was a huge difference between those times when I applied to UWC and the colleges. So I mean there was progress, obviously there was a progress, but like to what extent የሚለውንም በደንብ አውራ and then yeah.
All right. I think in terms of progress, for sure there is a lot of progress, because like UWC, I've never even wrote essays. Like I think everyone here can relate to me when I say like, you know, we don't usually, like, we're not used to writing essays in our like Ethiopian curriculum, like in English that we take. At least for me, that was the case. So it was completely weird for me to actually like write 200, like 500, 600 word essays, because I was not used to it. So like I started from complete scratch when I was applying to UWC. So like the essays that I was starting, like at first they were pretty shit, but I showed them to my friends. I showed them to like one of my teachers, and there was this shout out to her. There was this girl that was studying in New York. I don't want to say her name right now because I don't want you guys to spam her on Instagram.
Okay.
But she helped me a lot.
I don't know about her though. Do I know? No, I don't know, right?
I don't think you know her. This is from before UWC.
Oh, okay. But you have told me about it. You've told me about it.
Yeah, I think I told you.
You have told me about it. Yeah.
But she didn't go to UWC or anything. But she applied from Ethiopia too. I think she was like second year university college when she applied. So yeah, basically she was studying in New York. So I got in contact with her and I showed her my essay, and she gave me encouragement and told me to work on it more. So I think we have like 4 or 5 like back and forth with her. Like I'll send her my draft, she will edit it, and then she will send it me again, and then I'll edit it again. Like we have like 4 or 5 like back and forth. So you can imagine how like shit my first draft was. But towards the time that I was like finally going to submit my essay, I think it was pretty decent for that. Like, I mean, now thinking about it, it's still pretty shit. Like if I read my UWC essay right now, there's probably a million things that I could have edited. But like for that, I think it got me in. So like it was, I think like good enough, I guess. Yeah, but like, I mean, in terms of progress, there is for sure progress. But in terms of what I did to improve my essays, I think the process is like pretty similar. So, I mean, the first thing I did is like kind of like brainstorm. And then the second thing is think about ideas, especially the one of like the UWC prompts kind of require you to think about them a lot. So like I wanted to, like I started brainstorming, I started making a list, and also like especially the essays about like, you know, that ask you about yourself or extracurriculars, you really gotta think about that and what you include, what you want to include in your essays or not, because you have a limited word, right? For UWC it was like 250, and for Common App it's going to be like, you know, 600 words or whatever. So you really like, you can't just put everything in there. So like you have to make a list and then choose which stories that you want to tell and which part of the survey you like do you want the like admission officer to read about you. So that was the first thing I did when I was applying to UWC too. And I did pretty much the same thing when I was writing my college essay too. I pretty much make a list of like one of the significant moments that happened in my life, and the kind of the moment that I think that shaped who I am right now. I know this sounds very cringe, and you'd be like, oh, like, no, I don't have that moment, but like everyone has been through something, right? Like, so like I think you need to spend time just thinking that, you know, trying to find that like exact moment that you want to include in your essay. Like it doesn't have to be a big thing, right? It doesn't have to be like a life-changing moment, but we all have that moment where you like maybe learned a lot from that moment, or it could be something that happened to you, something that happened around you. It could be literally about everything, but like we all have these unique stories because like we all have like unique experiences. So I kind of made a list of like one of the major like changes that happened in my life, and like I made a list of like all those stories, and then I started thinking about style, what kind of style that I should like follow. So I like for this I started watching YouTube videos. That's like my go-to, and I did this for UWC too. Like you could learn a lot from you, like YouTube, and I started watching like YouTube videos about like college essays and stuff, and I've seen like 100. Like I'm just telling you right now, it's like I'm I'm just like one after the other. I just watched a lot of YouTube, and just by seeing that, like you kind of learned a lot. And then do you have those kind of YouTubes where they actually show college essays of like students that got accepted into like very high colleges, and then they'll read their essays and they will analyze what's good and what's bad. So like going through all of that, I kind of figured out that like what I should include in my essay, why I should, what I shouldn't. So after getting that kind of idea, I like pick those moments from the list that I told you before. And then, yeah, I wrote my first draft, and then that was pretty shit. So I showed it to my friend first, and then they told me what they're writing. I wrote their essay, and then we kind of have like a discussion about it of like, oh, you should change this. Like your structure is completely wrong. You should like create, like you should have a hook. You should make it interesting. You should make it unique. Like all of this feedback we had with my friend. And then I showed it to my counselor. I showed it to a bunch of people that I know online too that could help me, that are already studying in colleges, and I got help from them too. I sent it to IPSA. So like I started using like all these people that are around me that could help me with my colleges. So, like, and I will advise you to do that too. Like you have someone that's probably better at writing essays than you, right? So whoever like you think that person is, just send them your essay. I know it's frustrating because it's your story, and we as victims, we're kind of frustrated to be vulnerable. And I'll encourage you, like it's better to be embarrassed and get into like the college that you want, than being like, oh, I don't want that person to know my story, or like, just being afraid of being like vulnerable and like letting that person know your story. So like just use everyone that's around you to kind of edit your essays. And then, yeah, like I had like I think 4 or 5 drafts too for my college essay. Like I was constantly changing it, and even when I submitted, I know I could have, like if I had more time, I know I could have like probably changed a few things. So like I don't think you can completely be done with the essay. You could, like, if you just leave it and then come back to it again, there's probably something that you can edit like too. So yeah, edit it as much as you can, and then yeah, just submit it. And that was my kind of like experience.
So sorry, I have to fix my mic. I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Yasu, but just give me like 10 seconds to type this. um, yeah. So thank you so much, Yasu. We'll come back to you. But yeah, I wanna start with Melan. And yeah. So, but by the way, if you have questions for Yasu in the comments, you can ask him too. Yeah, but like now, Melan, I want you to talk about your experience. Not Melan, actually. Let's do Barakat.
Okay. I'm ready.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I want you to talk about your experience with essays and how one can like develop their writing skills, and just talk about your experiences first, and then you'll talk about how you can develop your essays, maybe based on your experience.
Okay, I have
your essay writing skills based on your experience.
Yeah, so I have probably a unique experience from all of you, but I can still provide some insight on many of the things that you guys are probably going through as of right now. So I have 2 experiences. So I went to high school in California, and from high school, my goal was to attend like a prestigious university. That was my goal. That's what I wanted to do. I had a lot of Habesha friends too. That was their goal, right? And I made a mistake of not starting my application early. That's like the number one thing I would advise for you guys, is to start your application early. And a lot of my friends, they started early. We had similar academic like performance, and I have friends that got it too. I don't know if you guys have heard of Berkeley, Stanford, Yale, a lot of like Ivy League schools. But I thought only my grades could carry me, and I did not really focus on my essays. And that was the number one mistake. In essay writing, you're supposed to leverage your experiences, your unique experiences, and try to basically convince an admission that you belong at that school and that your unique experiences will provide a better campus, a better school for that school. Yeah. So I did not start my essays on time. So I did not get into the colleges that I wanted to get into. I got into lots of other colleges, but the main colleges that I wanted to get into were like some of the UCs and USC, and I did not get in. So what I ended up doing was I went to community college, and community college is like everyone gets in, you know? So I went to community college and I had that same drive to really do well in school, and also start my application early. So this time around, when I was in community college, all my friends were out in university, but I was at community college. What I ended up doing was I started my essay writing about a year before the applications were due. So that was huge because you have to be able to write your essays in iterations. Like the first iteration can be terrible, then the second iteration make it better, to a point where your essays are really really good and they're like very like admission counselors will be extremely impressed by that. And one thing I would advise for you guys is coming from Ethiopia, you have to be able to leverage your experience because you do have unique experiences. Like all of you have unique experiences, especially coming from Ethiopia, that you can leverage and really write amazing essays from the experiences that you have faced in your lifetime in Ethiopia, you know? So that would be my number one thing. Create or leverage your experience, and not just that, but have many iterations of this is iteration one of the essay. Then you have to have another iteration to and perfect your essays to the point where like they're literally perfect. If you work a year before, you will have the most amazing essays. And oftentimes, even if your academic performance is not as good as someone else's, your experiences will elevate you to the top. I will say that so I go to the University of Southern California, and it's a very like prestigious university, has like a 12% acceptance rate. I would say that many of my peers had better academic performance than me. They had a higher SAT score than me. But the one thing that set me apart was my experience was so much different than theirs that I had to overcome so much more than they did. Like, for example, they might have come from a rich household where they were placed in private schools, or they were placed in just situations where that was inducive to their success. But I leveraged my situation saying I came from Gondar, Ethiopia. I saw this growing up. And despite the things that were setting me back, I was able to achieve this. And I'm at this point in my life. And me starting my essays ahead of time basically resulted in like almost all the schools that I like wanted to get into, I got into. And so number one thing is leverage your situation and start early. And if you guys have any questions for me, and if like any of you guys even want me to like kind of go through your essay and kind of proofread it. Oh yeah, another thing, proofreading. I was so annoying to my friends. Like I have friends all over. I have friends at Stanford. I have friends at Yale. I have friends all over. Even professors and like teachers I built a relationship with emailed, hey, please can you proofread and let me know what you think. Proofread, let me know what you think. And you don't have to necessarily take the advice of everybody, because people will have different opinions. Like if I ask one professor and ask a different professor, their opinions might collide with each other. But just take all the resources and all the information you learn from everybody and come up with the best essay that you think is fit for yourself and that represents you, represents your experiences, and represents everything that like, you've been through, you know? So don't be afraid to, even if the worst you can get is no, I'm busy, I don't, or you don't get a response. There's no bad thing about being annoying and asking everyone around you to proofread your essays. That's what I did too. I wrote first iteration by myself. I asked one friend to read it, give me advice, changed it up, and asked another friend, asked professors, I asked like a lot of people to read it before I submitted. So the moment I submitted my essay, I was so confident. Like, to be honest with you guys, I was very confident. I'm like, there is no way that they will not like accept a student that has went through this. I leveraged everything that I've been through in my whole life into a brilliant, cohesive essay, which is so hard to do. Essay writing is not easy, and I would recommend that. Like, and I would not be frustrated if like it takes a while. Like it took me a year, which is insane to think about. But yeah, so that would be my number one. So the main three things I talked about was leverage your situation, proofread, and start early. That's like the main three advice I would have for you guys. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section. But yeah, that's what I have so far for you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, Berkat. That was a very insightful advice. So I mean, I've like 3 points. I've noted down 3 points from what you just said. It's like starting early and leveraging your situations and basically annoying your friends, which means asking your friends. And I mean, most of you probably will know someone who got accepted to like some colleges in the US and studies there, and probably has written some essays before. Most probably, not always, but most probably, that person might have written essays before. So just reach out to them. Reach out. Like, I mean, one thing that I can say about this is like, you can find a lot of people on LinkedIn, and also, I mean, you can find on Instagram too. Like, but if you guys have LinkedIn, there are a lot of people on LinkedIn that you can reach out to and that like who can respond, who actually, I mean, for me personally, one thing that I did to connect with people, not for college application actually, but like for my how do you say it, my internship applications and all that. People are so helpful and people actually reply on LinkedIn, which is unlike other social medias, unlike an Instagram, unlike email, unlike any other social medias, people actually reply on LinkedIn. I mean, personally, for me, that was the experience. So, and also you'll find like kind of like people that will actually be more helpful on LinkedIn than any other social platforms, I guess. Yeah, that's my, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's true, because like people on LinkedIn are like more like career focused and like this kind of stuff, but like people on Instagram might not be. So you just go there for fun. So yeah, that's what I mean. But you can go to LinkedIn also and reach out to people. You can just search like the college you want to, like Stanford, Ethiopia. You'll find someone Ethiopian in Stanford. That's how I was basically searching people who work at the companies that I want to apply to. So yeah, so do that, and you'll find very helpful people. And what else? And then about the um, personally, I had that experience too. I can talk more about my experience later. But yeah, about leveraging your situations. Yeah, I mean, in Ethiopia, there's a lot of ways where we can leverage our situations. It can be like, I mean, the extracurricular activities or extracurricular opportunities that we have back home is not good. So you can leverage that and like do some stuff and talk about that if you want. There are a lot of ways where you can do that. And starting early is very important. I think Milan can say a lot about this, a lot on this, and because like I know Milan when he was applying to college. መጀመሪያ ላይ አፕላይ ሲያደርግ 11ኛ ክፍል እያለ ምናምን ያ ነበር የማውቀው። ሌላ ዲቴል አላወራም፣ አታስብ። አፉን ይዘኝ ሶ ያ so ከድሮ ጀምሮ አውቀው ነበር እና he started early. He started in the summer. Probably that's not like a year early, but like months early. So but you can start a year early too, and work on your essays. And the earlier you start, the better. Basically, that's I think the idea. So thank you so much, Berkat. We'll come back to you. And then yeah, just don't forget to ask questions, by the way. I mean, the guests, everyone, when someone talks, you can just ask questions, questions that, not question for you, but questions that you think might be a question for the audience, and we can discuss more on that. Melan can talk about his experiences. And for Melan, I know Melan has applied to like bunch of international programs, and he'll introduce yourself, but I'm very close to Melan, so yeah, I can talk about him too. Yeah, so I mean, he's applied to bunch of international programs even before, like when he was a grade 11, even before that. So he's used to writing a lot of I would say essays, and yeah, he even I don't know, just talk about your editing experience. I don't want to mention any other stuff, but yeah, talk about talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. So focusing to my story. First of all, Amaring Egerta. Amaring and Bilation comment. Amaring and Shakon, Amaring Marchel.
Okay.
So I'm never mentioned Maram Filgum Jamarale. Yeah, I made a Minnesota State University, which SIT you come apply Lamarek Manaman. So basically, the college application process didn't work out for me. The reason of child. I mean, pinpoint Maragai child. Them work on the your COVID design and there are other reasons. Again, the process በጣም ብዙ ነገር ነበር ማለት like storytelling one ነው like የኔን experience እንደ ስቶሪ አድርጌ ፕሬዘንት ማድረግ እችላለሁ የሚለውን ነበር ትልቁ ዋና የተማርኩበት ነገር እና ማንኛውም ኤክስፒሪየንስ እንደ ስቶሪ ማድረግ እሱ ብዙ ቦታ ይጠቅመኛል የተለያዩ ኤሴ ኮምፒቲሽኖች ላይ የተለያዩ ሰመር ፕሮግራሞች ላይ እና like career wise like እዚህ ሚኒሶታ ስቴት ከገባኝ በኋላ የሚኒሶታ ስቴት like state school ነው እና ከዛ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ወደ ተለያዩ like national level and international level your career programs which is like Can University probably I was the first in many of these programs. So like I'm just trying to explain that the essay writing process and that gives in college application that's Jamari. So basically if I could go back so if send that on like beginner college into my Jamari actually so the college master Jamari with that phenomenon. And I've been like looking forward to it, like learning about the process. Monday message, and I youth nagar mendeno essay, but I'm tilik nagar no process uli. I'm saying it up in high school, but now like essay myself, but I'm rarely on nagar. Not that English class actually is baamet to let you say myself. Good nagar college process, but I'm tilik nagar no. Zin kamet achu bohala like last semester ethics classes no ethics sorry classes but not the philosophy never. So yenga essay le. የኛው ክላስ ላይ ኦልሞስት like በየሳምንቱ የምናስገባው ኤሴ ነበር እና መጨረሻ ደግሞ 15 ፔጅ ፊሎሶፊ ኤሴ ነበር የጻፍነው። ለዛ የኛው አሁን የምትማሩት ስኪል ኮሌጅ አፕሊኬሽን ፕሮሰሱን እንደ ኦፖርቹኒቲ ተጠቀሙት ለመማር ይሄኛው ስኪል ምክንያቱም በጣም ጠቃሚ ስኪል። ከዛ በተጨማሪ ቢኬ እንዳለው ፕሩፍ ሪድ ማድረግ ሰው ማስነበብ እሱ በጣም አስፈላጊ ነገር። እኔ ከዚህ ነው እያገዘኝ ነበር። እዚህ ዩኒቨርሲቲ ኦፍ ፔንስልቬኒያ ነው የሚማረው እና like ኤሴ ጽፌ ልክለታለሁ የመጀመሪያ ባቸው ድራፍቶቹ ሁላ ጽፌ ልክለታለሁ ያየዋል። ከዛ በኋላ ነው እንዳዲስ ጻፍ ነው ምንም ኮሜንት ናት እንዳዲስ ጻፈው እኔም ደጋግሜ ከጻፍኩት በኋላ መጨረሻ ላይ ሁሉንም ኤሴዎችን ሳያቸው ከመጀመሪያ ከጽፍኮች እስከ መጨረሻው ድረስ አየሁት ምን ያህል ለውጥ እንዳመጣኝ እና ዋናው ያየሁት ነገር ምንድነው እኔ ለምሳሌ አንዳንዶቻቸው አይቼ ነበር ምን አይነት ፖይንቶች ብጠቅስ ጥሩ ነው ኤሴ ወይ ምናምን እስካሁን አሁን ያላችሁበትን ፖይንት እዩና ላይፋችሁን እዩት ምን እንደሚመስል። ከዛ በኋላ ከሱ ላይ ኢንትረስቲንግ የሆነውን ስቶሪ ለማውጣት ሞክሩ። ለምሳሌ አሁን አንድ ኤሴ ላይ የጻፍኩት ምንድነው ከሳውዲ ወደ ኢትዮጵያ ሙቭ ማድረግ የነበረኝ ኤክስፒሪየንስ እና ምን አይነት ነገር የተማርኩኝ አዲስ ካልቸር ባይሆንም ኢትዮጵያዊ ነበርኩኝ ሁሌም ግን አዲስ ምን አይነት አዳዲስ ነገሮች እንዳየሁኝ ቮለንቲር አደረግ ነበር አሜሪካን ሴንተር እና ከትንሹ ቶፒክ ለምሳሌ አሜሪካን ሴንተር ቮለንቲር አደረግ ነበር እና አሜሪካን ሴንተር ቮለንቲር ሳደርግ እኔ ከምኖርበት ወደ 3 የኢትዮጵያ ታክሲ ባስ ነበር መውሰድ እና እነዚህ ባሶች ውስጥ የነበረኝ ኤክስፒሪየንስ ነበር ያወራሁት መስኮት ላይ ቁጭ ብዬ ወደ ውጭ ሳይ ኮሚኒቲውን በምን አይነት መንገድ እንዳየው ስለሱ ነበር አንዱ ኤሴ ፎከስ ያደረኩት እና ፕሮባብሊ ያኛውን ኤሴ ሴቭ አድርጌው ሌላ ቦታ ሁላ አፕላይ ሳደርግ እሱን ኤሴ እጠቀመዋለሁ ደጋግሜ በጣም አሪፍ አድርጌ ስለጻፍኩት እና ስቶሪው እኔ ማየውን ለአንባቢው እኔ ማየውን ማየት ኢማጂን ማድረግ እንዲችል ነበር ያደረኩት እና እሱ በጣም ጠቃሚ ነገር ነበር እና ከዛ በተጨማሪ ስቶሪ ቴሊንግ ነው ህይወታችሁ ላይ ያሉትን ኢምፖርታንት ቶፒኮች ሊስት አድርጉት። ለምሳሌ እኔ ሊስት አድርጉት ከሳውዲ ኢትዮጵያ ሙቭ አድርጌያለሁ። ኢትዮጵያን ታይቾስ ኮርስ በስኮላርሽፕ ነበር ስማር ነበር። እንዴት አይነት ስኮላርሽፕ እንዳገኘሁት ወይ እንዴት አፕላይ እንዳደረኩኝ የመጀመሪያ ዓመት ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ የመጀመሪያ ዓመት አዲስ ሃይ ስኩል ስገባ ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ ነበር ሃይ ስኩል ስቀይር ምናምን እነዚህ የተለያዩ ቶፒኮች ምረጡና አንዳንድ ሰው ምንድነው የሚያስፈልግ የግድ የሆነ ግላመረስ የሆነ ስቶሪ ሊኖረኝ ያስፈልጋል ወይ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ በመንግስት ደረጃ እውቅና የሚሰጠው ትልቅ ነገር ሰርቻለሁ ምናምን እንደሱ አይደለም። የእናንተን ስቶሪ እንዴት አድርጋችሁ ፕሬዘንት ማድረግ እንደምችሉ እና ቢኬ እንዳለውም ስቶሪያችንን ሌቨሬጅ ማድረግ እንችላለን። እዚህ አብዛኛው አሜሪካ ያሉት አድሚሽን ኦፊሰሮች ኢትዮጵያ ያለውን የተማሪውን ኤክስፒሪየንስ አያውቁትም ማለት እዚህ ከአሜሪካ ከሆነ የምንጽፈው ፕሮባብሊ ያውቁታል። አብዛኛው ተማሪ ኤክስፒሪየንስ ለምሳሌ ግን ኢትዮጵያ አይቶት ማያውቀውን ኤክስፒሪየንስ ወይ ሰምቶት ማያውቀውን ኤክስፒሪየንስ ጽፋችሁ ካሳያችሁት እንደ አዲስ ፐርስፔክቲቭ ስለሚከፍትለት ይበልጥ ኢንትረስትድ እንዲሆን ያደርገውና like ወደ ቀጣዩ ስቴፕ ሙቭ እንድታደርጉ ያደርጓቸዋል። እና that's basically my ያለኝ ኤክስፒሪየንስ ከኤስኤ ጋር የተለያዩ ፖይንቶች ላይ ብጠቅስ ሃይስኩል የነበርኩኝ ናሳ ሳይንቲስት ፎር የሚል ኮምፒቲሽን ነበራቸው which is ኤስኤ ትጽፋላችሁ ታስገቡታላችሁ። ኤስኤ ቤዚክሊ ሪሰርች ነው ስለ የሆነ ጁፒተር እና የሳተርን ሙኖች ሪሰርች ታደርጉና ስለዛኛው ሙን ለምን ኤክስፕሎር መደረግ እንዳለበት ኤስኤ ጽፎ ታስገባላችሁ። ያኛውን አሸንፌ ነበር አንዴ። ከዛ በኋላ ሪሰርች ፔፐር ጽፈን ነበር እኔ እና ኤክሳንደም አንድ ቲም ነበር የዛኔ የሰርን ፕሮጀክት ውስጥ የሚል ከሆነ ያኛው በሚገርም ሁኔታ ሁላ አሸንፈን ነበር እና ቶፕ 30 ነበር የወጣ ነው ከዓለም እና ከአፍሪካ ኦልሞስት ሁለቱ ቲሞች ነበር እኛ ከሁለቱ ቲሞች አንዱ ነበር ያሸነፍነው እና በጣም ኢንትረስቲንግ ኤክስፒሪየንስ ነበር። ላይክ እነዚህ አይነት ኮምፒቲሽኖች የፈለጋችሁ ኮምፒት ብታደርጉ እንደ እንትን ነው እንደ ቴስት ድራይቭ ነገር ነው እና ኤስኤች ሰሚት ታደርጋላችሁ ዩቲ የቱ ጋር ስታንድ እንደምታደርጉ ሉዝ የምታደርጉት ነገር የለም። ሶ እንደዚህ ላይክ ሁሌ እየጻፋችሁ እና ቢኬም ዳሉ ኢተሬቲቭ ሁሌ እየጻፋችሁ መቀየር you don't need to plan out everything አላ ሁሉም ነገር ምን መጻፍ እንዳለባችሁ እንካቶች ውስጥ ከጥግ እስከ ጥግ አውቃችሁ መጻፍ ከጀመራችሁ ዛው ጊዜ ወስድባችኋል እና ነርቨስ ያደርጋችኋል። መጻፍ ጀምሩ፣ ፊድባክ ድጋሚ ጻፉ፣ ፊድባክ አስተካክሉ።
Yeah, thank you so much Melan. I know ምናልባት ጠይቁ መጣው ቁጥር you'll talk more but like comment ላይ አማርኛ ተጠቀሙ ምናምን እያሉ ነው። so አማርኛ we'll try our best but Barakat might not be able to because he was born in Ethiopia but raised here, so he understands Amharic but might be hard for him to speak Amharic. I mean, yeah, I'm right? So yeah, so እኛ አማርኛ በደንብ አቀላጥፈን ማውራት እንችላለን እንደምታዩት፣ ግን I don't know እንግሊዝኛ በዛው ዝም ብዬ ቀጠልኩኝ እኔ ሳላስበው sorry. So using college application as a way to learn how to write essays የሚለው ሀሳብ በጣም ኢምፖርታንት የሆነ ሀሳብ ነው። ቲክቶክ ቪዲዮ ላይም ሪሰንትሊ አድ ያደረኩት ቪዲዮ ነው። ማለት ብዙ ጊዜ ኮሌጅ ትምህርት ቤት ላይ የምንጽፈው ኤሴዎች በጣም ለኮሌጅ አፕሊኬሽን የሚያዘጋጁን ኤሴዎች አይደሉም። ፕላስ ብዙ ኤሴዎች አንጽፍም፣ ኤክስፒሪየንስ የለንም። ግን the more you apply to like international programs that require writing essays apply ባደረጋችሁ ቁጥር you'll get exposed to like writing essays, writings ምናምን ማለት ነው። ብዙ ራይቲንግ መጻፍ ትችላላችሁ። ያ ማለት you'll see like progress-ን በራሳችሁ እያያችሁ ትመጣላችሁ። the more you write ፊድባክ እያገኛችሁ ከሰው ፊድባክ እያገኛችሁ ፕላስ ዝም ብሎ መጻፍ ደግሞ አይደለም ከሰው ፊድባክ እያገኛችሁ ቅድም annoying your friends ያልኩት የበረከት እዚህ ጋር ይመጣል። like when you apply don't just like submit your essays, send it to your friends, send it to someone you think might be helpful like ኤሴያችሁ ሪቪው ለማድረግ ማለት ነው። በጣም የሚጠቅማችሁ ሰው ፊድባክ ባገኛችሁ ቁጥር you will learn how to write essays, you will be እንደዛ ነው። እኛ ዛሬ ኤዲተር ሆነን ቁጭ ያልነው ሪቪው ለማድረግ የበቃ ነው የሰውን ኤሴ ማለት ነው። because we used to ask people, we used to ask like I used to ask like I mean እዚህ የሚማሩ ጓደኞች ያሉ ሃርቨርድ ምናምን ሄዱ ኢትዮጵያም እያሉ ኮሌጅ አክሴፕት ተደረጉ እነ ሜላንን መጠይቅ ነበረ። ያ so ሜላን by the way ሲኒየር ነው በዚህ ጉዳይ I mean I did not know about college application before meeting ሜላን እና ብዙ ነገር ከኔ በጣም ብዙ like literally 100% ማለት በሚቻል ልጅ ማለት አሁን ያለኝን ሳይሆን በሳቱ የነበረኝ የኮሌጅ አፕሊኬሽን ማለት እችላለሁ like ከ90% በላይ እውቀት ከሜላን የመጣ ነው። እንደዚህ ነው የሚመጣው ቤዚክሊ ከጓደኞቻችሁ ምናምን ሪቪው ስታደርጉ ኦኬ ምን ልትል ነው?
እሱ ለመጨመር የፈለኩት ነገር ቢኖር ምንድነው እኔና ኢፕሳም ጓደኛሞች ነበርን እና አንድ የጠቀመኝ ነገር ቢኖር ምንድነው ኢፕሳም እንደዛ ነገር ላይ ኢንትረስት ስለነበረ ሁሌ አይዲያዎች ባውንስ እናደርግ ነበር አላ like እኔ እንደዛ ነገር እሱ እንደዛ ነገር የተለያዩ ፐርስፔክቲቮች እናገኝ ነበር እና እንደዛ አይነት ኮንቨርሴሽን ሼር የምታደርጉት ሰው ካገኛችሁ like probably በጣም ድራግ ነው
that'll be life changing, it changed my life. I am talking from experience because I heard about UWC from Melan. ስለ UWC ዝም ብሎ ሜላን መንገድ ላይ የሄደን UWC የሚባል እኮ እንትን አለ I have that video actually if you guys haven't watched it you guys can go watch it how I came to know about UWC ምናምን የሚል YouTube video አለኝ it's an Amharic so yeah I mean ከሱ ነው የሰማሁት መንገድ ላይ የሄደን አጋጣሚ UWC ምናምን አለኝ then በዛ ነው እና ዛሬ እዚህ ደርሰን ደግሞ እንዲህ ማውራት መቻላችን it's crazy for me sometimes ባለፈውም ተገናኝተን ያወራነው ነው ሜላን እዛ ሚኒሶታ ተገናኝተን እና that's how it is በቃ ሰውን በማውራት ሰውን በመጠየቅ more close በመሆን ከሰው ጋር በተለይ ደግሞ interested ከሆናችሁበት ሰው ጋር በመሆን like I mean more interested እናንተ interested በሆናችሁበት ጉዳይ ላይ more interested ከሆነ ሰው ጋር በዋላችሁ ቁጥር you will learn a lot. That's what I mean. You'll learn a lot, and then when you get feedbacks on your essays, you learn how to write essays. You learn what kind of ስህተቶች የምትሰሩትን ስህተቶች በዛው ማግኘት ትችላላችሁ። ምን አይነት ስህተቶች ሊሰሩ ይችላሉ ኤሴዎችን? That's you learn that by asking for feedback. So ፊድባክ ማጠይቁ ከሆነ ዝም ብላችሁ ሰሚት የምታደርጉ ከሆነ ግን ከየት ትማራላችሁ? ከማንም አትማሩም። ከራሳችሁ ምናልባት ከዩቲዩብ ምናምን ትማራላችሁ። ግን ኤግዛክትሊ የምትጽፉት ነገር ላይ ሪቪው ሲደረግ you like improve that. ሰሚት ሪቪው ቀደም ኢተሬሽን እያለ ሲያወራ የነበረው በረከት ማለት ነው። So like you will not just write early ሲባል just of course like እያነበባችሁም ሪቪው እያደረጋችሁም እናንተም ስህተት እያያችሁ እያረማችሁ ትመጣላችሁ። But the thing is when you get feedback from others ሌላ ፐርስፔክቲቭ እያለ የነበረው ሜላን ሌላ ፐርስፔክቲቭ እያያችሁ ሌላ ኤሲያችሁ ላይ ሌላ ፐርስፔክቲቭ እንትን እያላችሁ ትመጣላችሁ ማለት ነው። so ያንን ለማለት ነው እዚህ ላይ በጣም I'm just I like talking about this stuff because like I want others to know በጣም እና ብዙ ልለፈልፍ እችላለሁ and I might take time ምናምን እያሱ ምን ልትለኝ ነው?
Yeah, I actually want to add to that too. Like,
yeah,
ብዙ ሰው ማለት ነው የሆነ personal deep የሆነ stuff ይሲያቸው ላይ ማስቀመጥ ይፈልጋል and that's a good thing. Again, like if it's like very personal that you can't share it with people, like ብትወጡ ትሻላቸዋል። Like I had friends በጣም personal የሆነ stuff መጻፍ ይፈልጉ ይሲያቸው ላይ እና በዛ ምክንያት like ለብዙ ሰው ማሳየት አልፈለጉም። በጣም ለትንሽ ሰዎች በጣም ለሚያቀርባቸው ሰዎች ብቻ ነበር ይሲያቸውን አሳየት እና I think that's a bad strategy. Like ከብዙ ሰው ልካችሁ ፊድባክ የምታገኙበትን ኢሴ መጻፍ ይሻላል። like በጣም ዲፕ የሆነ personal stuff like ማንም ሰው እንዲያደርግ የማትፈልጉትን ነገር like የማታውቁት stranger like admission officer ላይ ከመጽፉ ማለት ነው። እና like I'm not saying it's a terrible thing like personal የሆነ stuff share ማድረግ አለባችሁ አሪፍ ነው ግን not so personal that like you know you can't send it to your friends and stuff.
Yeah, በጣም አሪፍ ፖይንት ነው እዛ ጋር ያነሳኸው vulnerability. Sometimes I mean I feel like I was vulnerable in my Common Up essay. I talked about basically ውድቀቴን በጀነራል የዩኒቨርሲቲ ላይፍ ፌል እንዳረኩኝ በምን ፌል እንዳረኩኝ I mean I did not fail like failure ነበር ኤክስፒሪየንስ እያልኩኝ ሳይሆን like የነበረውን failure ነው ያወራሁት። So ያንን ማውራት and learning from your ከውድቀታችሁ መማራችሁ ምናምን ስታሳዩ you show you're mature enough to think that way and you show ምን ያህል ዝግጁ እንደሆናችሁ ለኮሌጅ ኤክስፒሪየንስ you know ከቤተሰብ ተለይታችሁ መምጣት እንደምትችሉ እዚህ ድረስ ብዙ ነገር ነው የሚያሳየው። by the way essay ስንጽፍ it's not just like you write something and that's it. College essay ስጽፉ admission officers see what you don't see or what you did not think they would see when you wrote the essays, you know. So you have to be careful also. ዝም ብላችሁ ታሪክ መናገር አለም ያ ታሪክ ስለእናንተ መጥፎ ነገር እንዳይናገርም you have to be careful about that. You have to be kind of conscious about the things you're vulnerable about. So ያንን ለማለት ነውና ሜላን ቅድም እያወራ የነበረውን ስለ ጓደኝነት በጣም ማለት አሁን ላይ ስኮላርሺፕ ላይ ኢንትረስትድ ከሆናችሁ ኮሌጅ ኤሴ ላይ ኢንትረስትድ ከሆናችሁ ስፔሲፊክሊ ደግሞ ኮሌጅ ኤሴ ላይ የምናወራው ዛሬ we can talk about other stuffs later in other workshops but for now ኮሌጅ ኤሴ ላይ please like write a lot, read a lot. ኮሌጅ አፕሊኬሽን ላይ ሲመጣ ግን you need someone else who like ያንን ነገር ከእናንተ ጋር እየሰራ ያለና በየቀኑ ፕላስ የምትገናኙት ምናምን ሰው ደግሞ ቢሆን it would be amazing. እኔና ሜላን ከቤት ወደ ትምህርት ቤት አንድ ቤት ነበረን ያው we got lucky እና አንድ ላይ ነበረ ጎረቤት ነበርን ሰው ሁሌ እየተጠራራን ወደ ትምህርት ቤት እንሄድ ነበረ ምናምንና መንገድ ላይ በቃ ሁሌ እየተመላለስን ታስታውሳለህ right እኔ ዛሬ እንደ ትዝታ የምናወራው ነገር መሆኑ ራሱ አንዳንድ ይገርመኛል። It's literally like 4 years ሆኗል. That's crazy. But yeah like ሁሌ like ከትምህርት ቤት በቃ ከሰዓት ኤስኤቲ ነው ምናምን ነው እሱ ኤስኤቲ ያጠናል እኔ እዚህ ስለ ደብሊሲ ምናምን ሳወራለት ምናምን እንዲህ ሀፕን አደረገ ምናምን I might get in ልታወራ ነው
መንገድ ላይ በላይ ትምህርት ቤት ክላስ ካለቀ በኋላ ምናምን ሁሉም ሰው ቤት ከሄደ በኋላ 3 ሰዓታት 4 ሰዓታት እንቀመጥ ነበር።
exactly የሆነ እንትን ምን ነበር የሚሉት እዛ ኢንተሌክቹዋል ዲቴንሽን ነበር የሚሉት ያ ዲቴንሽን የተደረገ ነው ይመስለው እዛ ከትምህርት ቤት በኋላ እዛ ስንቀመጥ በቃ ምንድነው እናንተ ሊትራሊ በቃ like በኢትዮጵያ ሰዓት አቆጣጠር ማለት ነው ከሰዓት 9 ሰዓት ተኩል ነበር ትምህርት ቢያልቀው ያ በቃ ከዛ ብንወጣው 11 ሰዓት 12 ሰዓት sometimes we might be like sometimes we do our NASA project ምናምን እንሰራለን sometimes we talk about our college ምናምን stuff ቴኒስ እየተጫወትን ምናምን it's crazy ብሩክም ነበረ shout out to ብሩክ ጓደኛችን ነው ከቤላጋዝ ሚኒሶታ ስቴት ዩኒቨርሲቲ ያለው እና ከሱ ጋር በቃ እንዲህ እያወራን ምናምን ነበረ ምናሳልፈው ጊዜ ማለት ነው በቃ ኮሌጅ እያልን ከዛ ከትምህርት ቤት ወደ ቤት ስንመለስም በቃ መንገድ ላይ this happened to me I got accepted I got rejected I got waitlisted and I'm going to write this essay what's ED2 ላለው እኔ ደግሞ እንደዛ ሲያወራስ what's ED2 what's RD ምናምን ነገር I did not know about this stuff I remember bro like it took me at least like a month to understand the difference between ED2 ED ምናምን እና EA like you remember 10 ጊዜ ስጠይቀ ጠዋት ላይ EA እንደዛ ማለት ነው ኦኬ RD ሲሆን ደግሞ እንደዛ ማለት ነው ኦኬ ED2 ED2 ታዲያ ምንድን ነው እላለሁ በቃ ቅድም ጠይቄው ምናምን it was so funny it takes time to understand admissions rounds በዚህ አጋጣሚ ማውራት የምፈልገው ነገር it takes time like it's not something ዛሬ እንዲህ በቀላሉ የምናወራው ነገር don't expect yourself to understand this and just say you can understand it you might understand it but like it takes time through experience ነው በደንብ ብዙ ነገር clear የሆነ ይመጣው don't expect like to understand everything that we are talking right now even like to understand ሁሉም ነገር በኤክስፒሪየንስ ነው ሁሉም ነገር እየተማራችሁ የተረዳችሁ የምትመጡት እና you could rewatch this video too ሪከርድ እያደረግነውም ስለሆነ ለማንኛውም አክሰሰብል ነው በየትኛውም ሰዓት መልታችሁ የምታዩት ነገር ነው right after the session so basically ያንን ለማለት ፈልጌ ነው ጓደኛ በጣም ፈልጉ በቃ በዚህ ነገር ላይ ኢንትረስትድ የሆነ ወይም ራይቲንግ ላይ ጎበዝ የሆነ በዚህ ነገር ኤክስፒሪየንስ ያለው ሰው ሁሉ ጊዜ ስለሱ ነገር የምታወሩት ሰው ኤክስፒሪየንስ ያለው ሰው የሆነ ሰዓት የማይታወቅ አሜዚንግ የሆነ ኦፖርቹኒቲ ትሰማላችሁ you apply you have to apply by the way like just apply all the time apply whenever you come across like opportunities just apply ከብር እኔ UWC ገባለሁ ብዬ አይደለም apply you remember I'm like UWC በስማ amazing opportunity ነው there's no way I'm getting into this ምናምን ያልኩበት ታይም ሁሉ ጊዜ ነው የነበረው ያልኩበት ታይም አለ ሳይሆን even interview አልፌ ራሱ there were times I'm like I was so stressed I'm not going to get into ምናምን ያልኩበት it is normal to think that way so ምን ለማለት ፈልጌ ነው በቃ ትልልቅ ኦፖርቹኒቲዎችን ታገኛላችሁ ግን ወደ ኤሴ እንመለስ I don't want to like ብዙ ነገር I'm just passionate about talking about this stuff ለዛ ትንሽ እንትን የምለውና እንደዛ አድርጉ so coming back to college essays እኔ ደግሞ ላውራ so ስንት ሰዓት ሆነ ግን oh god it's already 3 here it's 4 ሰዓት ሆኗል ኢትዮጵያ so ሰዓት አለ don't worry so basically እኔ የኮሌጅ ኤሴይ ኤክስፒሪየንስ ኢንቴሌክቹዋል ስኩል ስገባ ነው you're hilarious if ሳይሉኛል ኮሜንት ላይ how am I hilarious anyway college essay ስመጣ I mean college essay when did I come across the word even college essay ምናምን I did not know about colleges and all that till grade 8th bright side ነበር የምማረው አለም ገና ከዛ በኋላ በስኮላርሺፕ ኢንቴሌክቹዋል ስኩልስ ገባሁኝ በ8ኛ ክፍል ውጤት ማለት ነው ከዛ ስኮላርሺፕ አግኝቼ ኢንቴሌክቹዋል ስኩልስ ከገባሁኝ በኋላ ነው እንግዲህ everything I mean not that I get actually I mean ኢንቴሌክቹዋል መግባቴ አይደለም to be honest ሜላንን ማግኘቴ ነው ብዙ ነገር የቀየረውና through him ነው በቃ ብዙ ነገር like እንዳይሰለች ስላንተ ብዙ ነገር ሳወራ by the way ሰልችቷል probably ሜላን okay I'm just playing I'm just playing so you take things seriously so sometimes so basically ምን እያልኩኝ ነበር እሱም ማግኘቴ ነው ስላችሁ like ትምህርት ቤቱም ጠቅሞኛል ግን through him ነው ትምህርት ቤት ውስጥ ያሉትን ኦፖርቹኒቲዎችን ዲስከቨር ማድረግ የቻልኩት like college counselor ምናምን I wouldn't have like probably የት እንዳለ ራሱ ምናልባት አመት ሊፈጅብኝ ይችላል ለማወቅ probably በዛ ሰዓት በነበረኝ እውቀትና ግን ሜላንን ማወቄ already he knew about the school and all that ምናምን by the time I met him 10ኛ ክፍል እዛ ስለነበረ ሄደው then 11ኛ ክፍል ላይ ሁሉ ነገር በሱ በኩል ዲስከቨር ማድረግ ቻልኩኝና then intellectual school ከገባ በኋላ ስለ ኮሌጅ ኤሴይ ቶሎ ወደ ኮሌጅ ኤሴይ ፖይንቱ ንግባሳ እናንዛዛ ነገር ነው ኮሌጅ ኤሴይ መጻፍ የጀመርኩት ኤሴይ ወዴት አፕላይ ሳደርግ ነው መጀመሪያ where did I apply 9ኛ ክፍል ብዙ ቦታ አፕላይ ያዳረኩት እዚህ ይለኛል so I mean of course we write essays in English classes too but like more like በአፕሊኬሽን ደረጃ ስለ ራስ መጻፍ
You good?
I'm good, bro. I'm just
For sure, man.
yes, አልኩ ነው። Yeah.
Worried.
አያ በጣም ብዙ ማውራት ከባድ ነው። ትንሽ ቀስ እያልኩ አወራለሁ። Use English, please. We write essay. Oh, so some people say we use English, but yeah, we're just gonna mix. So ያ ነበር የነበረው ሁኔታ። በቃ እንግሊሽ ክላስ ውስጥም ኤሴዎች ምናምን እንጽፋለን። ነገር ግን ሞር ወደ ኢንተርናሽናል ፕሮግራሞች አፕላይ ማድረግ የጀመርኩት ትዝ የሚል ኢኮኖሚ ላን I think it was YYAS, YYGS, SSP, Summer Science Program. በዚህ አጋጣሚ you guys have to apply to those programs, although I didn't get to any of them. Yeah, those are like the programs that like exposed me to actually like writing something about myself, writing something like based on a given prompt. Okay, so ያ ነበር የነበረው ኤክስፒሪየንስ። YYAS ስገባ ላለው እንዴ actually, yeah, did I get rejected? I got well listed, I guess. Yeah. Oh, that was like ሁለተኛ ዓመት ላይ ግን SSP ምናምን ነው አፕላይ ያደረኩት። SSP straight rejection ነበር ሁለቱም ዓመት ላይ አፕላይ ሳደርግ። አንተ እየረሳው ነው። ሁለቱንም 10ኛ ክፍል እያለሁ ነው ያደረኩት። ግን 9ኛ ክፍል I think I don't remember applying to የትኛውም አይነት ፕሮግራም I guess. Yeah. 9ኛ ክፍል more like የትምህርት ቤት ኤሴዎችና ሜላን ኤሴስ ሲያወራ ምናምን ነው የምንሰማው። then summer programs ምናምንም I did not apply to. Yeah, I remember. I did not apply to any programs. The only thing that I did was like international competition ነበር ያደረኩት። ኬንያ ሄጄ golden climate ስሙት ካልጠፋብኝ አንተ golden climate environmental project olympiad የሚባል አለ where we had to like write international program ነው ስለሆነ research ጽፈን ነበረ። እዛ ላይ ሲልቨር ሜዳል ነበር የተሸለምኩት። ያ ነበር ኢንተርናሽናል አፕሊኬሽን እና ኤሴይ ራይቲንግ ሜይንሊ የሚጠቅሰው እሱ ነው። but like 10ኛ ክፍል ላይ ስመጣ I applied to lot of places, bunch of places, and yeah, 10ኛ ክፍል I applied to summer science program. It's MIT's summer program if you're interested in biochemistry and physics. It's a really good program, but it's highly competitive, but you still have to apply. ለኤሴይ ፕራክቲስ ምናምን ብላችሁ ለመግባት ባችሁ አፕላይ አድርጉ። that's how is going to be helpful, experience helpful የሚሆነው የመግባት ቻንስ የሚኖራችሁ it's if you write it ለመግባት ብላችሁ። so SSP apply አድርኩ፣ YYAS apply አድርኩ፣ YYGS እና YY I think I remember I did like dual application. So for YYGS and YYAS you guys have to apply Yale Young African Scholars and Yale Young Global Scholars. These are like a really good it's a famous kind of like famous, not like I don't know, it's kind of famous summer program in Ethiopia compared to others. Yeah, but yeah, YYAS but I'm famous no. Did I say something else? Okay, famous no. Na apply አድርጉ። ኤሴይ ጻፍኩኝ እዛ ላይ I gave it to like my English teacher ምናምን እሷ ሪቪው አደረገችልኝ ምናምን I applied. So those experiences በቃ ራሴን ወደ ወረቀት ማምጣት የሚለው ኮንሰፕት ነው። ኤሴይ ቤዚክሊ የእናንተን ኤክስፒሪየንስ፣ የእናንተን ሲቹዌሽን፣ የእናንተ ያለፋችሁትን ላይፍ፣ የእናንተ ኤቭሪቲንግ ወደ ወረቀት ማምጣት ነው። ኦኬ ዳስ ቤዚክሊ የእናንተ ታስክ የሚሆነው ማለት ነው። ዳስ ሃርድ፣ ዳስ ናት ኢዚ፣ ዳስ ሃርድ። በፕሮሰስ በፕራክቲስ የሚመጣ ነገር ነው። በአንድ ቀን ተነስታችሁ ራሳችሁ ወረቀት ላይ ማሳረፍ አትችሉም። that's why we needed to organize this እንትን አይደለ workshop. It's a practice. እንዲህ አይነት ወርክሾፖች ሊሳተፋችሁ more YouTube videos, more essays ባነበባችሁ ቁጥር ነው develop የምታደርጉት skill እና it was hard for me too. I don't know, I made a lot of grammar mistakes, I still do, but like I'm at least a little better now ብዬ አስባለሁ። But like before I used to like sentence structure but it wasn't good. As it is now, I'm not saying it's the best now, but like at least not as it is now. እነዚህ ሁሉ ነገሮች ነበሩ። እነዚህ ሁሉ ነገሮች እንግሊሽ አስተማሪዎች በዛ ታይም የነበሩት ቁጭ አድርገው ነበረ በቃ ሲያሳዩኝ የነበሩት በቃ እንዲህ ሴንቴንስን በኤንድ አትጀምር። I still remember the comment that Miss Marion gave me, by the way, Milan. ኤንድ በሴንቴንስን በኤንድ አትጀምር ምናምን ብላ እሱ ጭንቅላቴ ላይ እስካሁን አለ። ሴንቴንስ በኤንድ I still do, but like I don't care ምናምን ብዬ ግን it's still እንትን ጭንቅላቴ ላይ የሚቀር ነገር ነው። so እንዲህ አይነት ፊድባኮችን ስታገኙ ቁጭ ብላችሁ ከአስተማሪዎች ጋር ዲስከስ ስታደርጉ አንደኛ ራሳችሁ ጋር ይቀራል፣ like አእምሯችሁ ላይ ይቀራል። plus like it's very helpful ዲስከስ ነው ብታደርጉት፣ የጻፋችሁትን ነገር ሪቪው ብታደርጉት። plus like you go back, rewrite it and then give it to that person or the teacher, whoever is reviewing your essays ምናምን, then you get review. I mean you get your essays reviewed, right? But okay, ላይት ለምንድን ነው እየቀነሰ ያለው? Yeah, it's all good. So እንዲህ አይነት ነገሮችን ፕራክቲስ የምታደርጉት ወይም ደግሞ ሪቪው ባደረጋችሁ ቁጥር እንግሊሽ አስተማሪዎቻችሁ more like ሪቪው በሰጧችሁ ቁጥር ሀሳብ እንዳልደጋገም እንጂ ዲስከሽን ውስጥ ባስገባችሁ ቁጥር የእናንተን ኤሴይ ጠረጴዛ ላይ አምጥታችሁ ሊትራሊ በቃ breaking down like ይሄ ለምንድን ነው ያላችሁ በጣም የሚገርም ትምህርት ነው የምትማሩት በዛ ማለት ነው. And then you go back, you rewrite your essays and you give it to them and then another feedback. እንደዛ ያለ በጣም ብዙ ነገር ትማራላችሁ. You make your essays really good and your writing skills as well. So not only that, what I did was I had to reach out to people. Oh my God, I used to text a lot of people. But so my teacher, the connection, but I'm እዚህ ጋር በጣም ማውራት ፈልጋለሁ. My teacher, my math teacher, shout out to Anwar Ahmed. በጣም ነበር ሰፖርት ሲያደርገኝ የነበረው ኢንተሌክቹዋል ባለውበት ሰዓት ማለት ነው. What he used to do was like he gave me የሚያስጠናት ልጅ ነበረች kind of like and then ብቻ የሚያውቃት ልጅ ነበረች በዛ መንገድ እሷ like የል YYGS ሄዳ ምናምን እና he knew I was applying to this programs and I was like stressing over my essays and stuff and then he was like she could help you bro contact us at I reached out to her and then Melan you remember that's when I came across Google Docs. I did not know about Google Docs and በዚህ አጋጣሚ Google Docs is the best way to navigate this process, essay writing process by the way. ምንድነው እንዲህ ብትለው
No, Microsoft Word is
Microsoft ነው የምንሰራው ብሎ I knew it by the way I was going to say that. Okay. Stop that. I love Google. I want to work for Google. Anyway, you can keep saying that. I mean, I like Microsoft, but like whatever. But yeah, that's how I came across Google Docs. Use Google Docs. Use Microsoft Words too. Whatever works for you. But again, it's a really good sort. Like ተጠቀሙ ፕላትፎርሞችን ከሰው ጋር ሼር ስታደርጉ ኤሴዎችንም በቀለል ባለ መንገድ ለሰዎች ሼር እንዲደረግ አድርጋችሁ ሼር አድርጉ. Don't be like Instagram like bro. It's going to be hard for them to review it there like give you feedbacks on them, right? Like you can still do that but like it won't be እኔ now like አብዘኝ ይችላል እንደዛ ብታደርጉ. But if you just like share it email ላይ ምናምን ብታደርጉት it would be like more convenient for me to review it and give feedbacks as well. So that's how I came across Google Docs. And then Google Docs ምናምን እንትን አልኩኝ. ከዛ በኋላ በጣም መከራ ነበረ Google Docs ላይ እንትን ለማድረግ የሴ ፎርማቱ ተበላሸ ምናምን ብላኝ she had to like feedback-ን እንዲሁ መስጠት ነበረባት. I rewrote it and then I again sent her ምናምን her name was Deborah by the way. አሁን የት እንዳለች I'm not sure. She's probably in the US going to some college but Deborah እንደምትባል ትዝ ላይ ስልኬ ላይ ሴቭ ያደረኩት Deborah የል ብዬ ነው እስካሁን ስሟን because like I knew እሷን ስሟን but Deborah YYGS የል ምናምን ብዬ እና it's funny ብቻ ግን እንደዛ ሰጠዋት. ከዛ በኋላ በዛ መንገድ ነው እንግዲህ ስለ ኤሴ ቦር እያወኩ ይመጣው ስህተቶች አሁን ትዝ ይለኛል ያኔ red flag ብላይ ነገረችኝ ነገር ስክሪፕት ትዝ ይለኛል. When I applied to UWC, that was when I applied to UWC by the way. When she was reviewing my UWC essay, UWC essay review argali ነበረ የSSP essay YYGS essay በጣም she was so helpful. Shout out to her again. በጣም yeah, so I remember like UWC essay ስጽፍ I'm like the question was why did you want to apply to UWC? And I'm like the way I started the essay was like I always wanted to go study abroad ምናምን አይነት አጀማመር ነበረ. And that was a funny start like አሁን ላይ ሆኜ ሳስበው because like you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't be like I want to leave the country kind of vibe መስጠት የለባችሁም. That's not like that's literally using like red flag የሚሆነው like እንደ ከሀገር መውጫ መንገድ አድርጋችሁ ማሰብ opportunities. That's literally what I was talking about last time. If you consider scholarship opportunities, if you like approach those kind of opportunities as a way to leave the country, it's gonna be hard for you to be successful in this process because like it's a very tough process. Like band lelit ከመሬት ተነስታችሁ I want to leave this country so I want to apply for scholarship. This thing takes time. Essays take time. Writing getting recommendation letters, building your extracurriculars is gonna take time. So like build all these things መጀመሪያ. So like that's ሪሊ ቶፒክ እንዳልገባ እንጂ ይጠቅማቸዋል በጣም እስከዚህ ኮሌጅ አይሰይ ብላችሁ ስትመጡ ኮሌጅ አፕሊኬሽንም እያደረጋችሁ ስለሆነ እንዲህ ማውራቴ ብዙ ቢጎዳቸው አይመስለኝም ይጠቅማቸዋል እንጂ ባርዘቤ ማለት ነው. ሶ I'll just keep ለማሳጠር ሞክራለሁ of course ግን ያ so እንደዛ ብላ ነገረች። ሬድ ፍላግ ነው። ከሀገር በውጭ መንገድ አድርጋችሁ እንዳታስቡት። when you write your essays don't like ከሀገር በውጭ መንገድ አድርጋችሁ አታስቡት። ይሄ opportunityዎችን don't like ከሀገር በውጭ መንገድ አድርጋችሁ ታስቡት። it's going to be stressful. It's going to be more stressful than it would have been if you did it just like to go abroad and study ምናምን ነገር because like you're not going to know anything about it. You're like you'd be like oh my god bro I'm not going to do this because like ምናምን የምትሉበት ታይም አለ because like አላማችሁ ከሀገር መውጣት ብቻ ይሆናል። ምክንያቱም ኤሴይ ምናምን ስትጽፉ ግን ሪሊ ከሀገር ለመውጣት ሳይሆን ለመማር ከሆነ ግን ሪሊ you'll do it like ያንን ነገር ከአመታት በፊት የምታስቡበትም ነገር ይሆናል። I'm not saying አሁን ላይ ማሰብ የጀመራችሁ ለመማር አይደለም but I'm saying the motive behind all this process has to be right, has to be like በጣም like what do you call it? Has to be something that like that will help you. ብዬ አስባለሁ። Yeah, like it's not gonna help you. ለሞቲቬሽናችሁ ለሀገር ለመውጣት ከሆነ it's gonna hurt you. ብዬ አስባለሁ in my opinion because ብዙ ሰው ነው የማየው please scholarship like or like just DMA ነው የሚሞላው በቃ that's literally it. ልክፈል የፈለግከውን ልክፈልህ ከዚህ ሀገር አስወጣኝ። I can't do that. በዚህ አጋጣሚ I'm not an agent አይደለሁም. I'm here to like share my experiences and teach people how to write college essays and share my experience and all that. በዚህ አጋጣሚ ማለት ነው I don't work for any kind of agent ምናምን አይደለሁም. I'm not saying agent ቢሰሩ ምናምን I'm just saying I'm not one. So yeah እንደዛ መሆን የለበትም። ሬድ ፍላጉ ጋር እንምጣ። so ስቲል ትዝ ይለኛል በቃ ሰዎች ቢሰጣችሁ ፊድባክ በጣም ልባችሁ ላይ ይቀራል የሚለውን ለማውራት ነው። ከዛ በኋላ I applied to UWC. I showed my essays to Melan to a couple other more people I guess. Wait let me try to remember. My UWC essays were reviewed by Deborah. I remember mainly በሷ ነበረ። ሜላንም አይቶልኛል። እኔም ደጋግሜ አይቼዋለሁ። ያ እናንተ ማየት አለባችሁ። ባይ ዘ ዌይ ፊድባክ ራሳችሁ ስታነቡት ሞር ስህተቶችን እያያችሁ ትመጣላችሁ። so keep reviewing your essays. Then I applied and I got in. Like thank God I got in. Again, essayoቼ I'm not saying by the way when we think about essays it's not like you have to make them perfect. በዚህ አጋጣሚ መናገር የምፈልገው ነገር they don't have to be perfect. No one is perfect on this world. Just like make it as quality essay as possible. Plus as like make it as like essayu like እናንተን የሚያሳይ ይሁን። ብዙ ጊዜ ኤሴይ ትሬኒንጎችም ላይ የማወራው ነገር ምንድነው let's say you wrote an essay and then you dropped it somewhere and then if someone picks it up and reads it and if they say that essay was written by that person or like IPSA or like Melan or this person or this essay is talking about Melan, that's a really good essay. That's how you know that's essays like በእናንተ የተጻፈ ወይም ስለእናንተ really ስለእናንተ የሚያወራ. And how can you do that? How can you make your essays ስለእናንተ የሚያወራ እንዲሆን እንዲማርክ ትችላላችሁ? Avoid generic details from your essays. Anyone እንደዚህ ስታወሩ ምናምን generic detail like I was born in Ethiopia. I mean anyone can born in Ethiopia. I went to this school. No, just specific club, a specific project. Name of the project if you have to mention that or if you want to mention that. Main like ያንን ነገር ራሳችሁ ዛቢያ ላይ አሽከርክሩት። ኤሴው በቃ የናንተ ይሁን ኤሴው ሌላ ሰው ኮፒ ፔስት አድርጌ ልጠቀመው ቢል እንኳን እንዳይችል አድርጋችሁ ቱ ፐርሰናል አድርጉት፣ የራሳችሁ አድርጉት ኤሴውን ማለት ነው። ልትጨምር ነው ሜላን ልታወራ ይመስላል አኳኋል። so ጥያቄ ምናምን ከኦዲየንስም እንቀበላለን በኋላ ላይ ግን እዚህ ላይም ገስቶቻችን ጥያቄ ካላችሁ የዌቢናሩ ሆስቶች we can እንትን መጠየቅ ትችላላችሁ። እኔ ላይ ሞር እንዳወራ ቶፒኩ ላይ የምትፈልጉት ነገር ካለ ማለት ነው። ግን generally that's what I wanted to say. ኤሴዎች የናንተ መሆን አለባቸው። በቃ የናንተ 2% like የናንተ መሆን አለባቸው። በቃ ይሄንን በደንብ ስትረስ አድርጉ። በተለይ ደግሞ essays that talk about experiences. I mean whatever the like the essay is, whatever የኤሴው አይነት ምንም አይነት ይሁን ስለናንተ የሚያወራ አድርጉት። add stories, add like anecdotes ማለት like ስለናንተ የሆነ ስቶሪ ስለሆነ ስፔሲፊክ ቶፒክ ሲወራ ከዛ ስቶሪ አውጥታችሁ መናገር ማለት ነው። okay so talk about that. Talk about something that happened in your life and that can be a really good anecdote for the prompt that's given in the essay. So or for the prompt that was given there that's in the application ምናምን ስለዚህ በዛ መንገድ ማውራት ትችላላችሁ ስለ ታሪካችሁ አኔክዶት ማለት እንደዛ ነው የሆነ ታሪክ ላይ ተመስርታችሁ ስታወሩ በታሪክ ውስጥ እድም እንዳልኳችሁ college admissions officers see things that እናንተ ያያሉ ብላችሁ ያላሰባችሁትን ነገሮች ስቶሪ ስትጠቀሙ ማለት ነው የእናንተን ኳሊቲ ሞር አውጥቶ ያሳያል ስቶሪ ስትጠቀሙ so try to do that ያንን ይመስላል ሞር ለኔ ጥያቄ ካላችሁ and ለኢያሱ ጥያቄ ካላችሁ ጀነራል ግን ስለ ኤሴዎች እና ስትራክቸር ምን አይነት ኤሴዎች አሉ ምናምን የሚለውንም እያወራን እንመጣለን ትንሽ መጨረሻ ላይ አሁን ስለ ኤክስፒሪየንስ እያወራን ስለሆነ
ወደ ጥያቄዎቹ ብንገባ ምን ይመስላል
እንገባለን ግን ከዛ በፊት ማውራት በፈልገው አንድ ነገር አለ ፕሊዝ እዚህ ዌቢናር ላይ ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ ስለ ኤሴ አሁን የሰማችሁ ከሆነ እሺ
No, I said so.
እሺ so ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ ስለ ኤሴዎች የበሰቡት ከሆነ ኮሌጅ ኤሴ ስኮላርሺፕ አፕላይ ብታደርጉ ሜይንሊ ደግሞ ወደ አሜሪካ ኮሌጆች ስፔሻሊ ደግሞ ኮመን አፕ እኛ ሞር ፎከስ የምናደርገው ወደዛ ነው ምክንያቱም አብዛኛው ጊዜ ስኮላርሺፕ የሚሰጡ ኮሌጆች ያሉት አሜሪካ ውስጥ ነው አብዛኛው ስኮላርሺፕ ቤዚክሊ ሁሉ ስኮላርሺፕ የሚሰጡ ኮሌጆች ኮመን አፕ ተጠቃሚ ናቸው they're common app colleges so you will need to write common app essays so basically ስኮላርሺፕ ፈልጋችሁ ወደዚህ ከመጣችሁ ኮሌጅ ኤሴ መጽሐፍ ግዴታ ይሆንባቸዋል ኤሴዎች ለሁለት ይከፈላሉ ሜይንሊ በእኛ ኮንቴክስት በምናወራው ኮንቴክስት ማለት ነው supplemental essays and common app essays okay so supplemental essay የምንለው በኮሌጁ የሚጻፍ እያንዳንዱ ኮሌጆች የራሳቸው የሆነ ኤሴ ያላቸው common app essay ማለት ደግሞ አንዴ ትጽፉና ወደ ሁሉም ኮሌጆች በአንድ ጊዜ ይሄዳል common app ምንድነው ለምንድነው የሚጠቅመው ምናምን it's going to be another workshop probably but for this one we're just going to talk about essays and probably ስለ common app already የምታውቁ መስማት ትችላላችሁ ግን some of you by now እንግዲህ ስለ common app maybe probably workshop ሰርተናል ይሄ ቪዲዮ በምታዩበት ሰዓት so YouTube ቻናላችን ላይ ስለ common app የተሰራውን workshop እዩት ልበል early so yeah common app essay ትጽፋላችሁ 650 words essay then supplemental essays ደግሞ ትጽፋላችሁ ማለት ነው ስለ የለያንዳንዱ ኮሌጆች so ለያንዳንዱ ስኮላርሺፕ የሚሰጡ ኮሌጆች ማለት ነው it might be like 3 essays በጣም የሞቀኝ ነው so I'm just gonna turn on
I think we can just continue, right? Yeah.
There was something me and BK wanted to mention. You can go ahead. And then the weekend thing yesterday, like, most of our hours were busy again. We're planning on choosing one student who will reach us close to our games. Like probably the first student, one BK and one me, and then helping these students out. And then once we feel like we have proved these students enough and that they can take on their own, we'll go to the second student. And then eventually like creating a mentor-mentee kind of connection. So if you guys are interested, we can Instagram post somewhere in the comments and find it, and then you can reach out to us. Then I said it like we'll do some mention, but I'm just like on so much eventually we'll try to respond to it.
Sure yeah I think probably on the ምን ጥያቄ እንዲጠይቁ ኢንስታግራም ላይ ሼር ያርክ ነው
No, like and then I became so like in the Instagram we shot like mentor like one person at a time. Mentor like one on one. So we can choose one person, I choose one person and again like one person at a time.
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna do that, but like okay, that's fine.
I think there is an echo from one of your team, either Iyasu or Pizza.
You guys hear an echo? I think there's an echo. Iyasu, I think it's yours.
I'm sorry?
I think there's an echo.
Echo?
Oh, there is. Oh, okay.
Yeah, probably it's from there.
Yeah, so what I was saying is reach out to me and Milan on Instagram and we can help 1, 2, 3 students whenever we are free. And yeah, I'll be happy to help you guys, to be honest.
Yeah.
So reach out.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of helping people, probably by admissions counseling, but cool, we're planning on like having and there's free mentoring sessions and stuff. So you guys can do it በራሳችሁ በእኛ በኩልም organized በሆነ way provide ስለምናደርግ service for free. You can just do it through us too. Yeah, I mean, it's all about helping people. As long as we help people, we don't care whether it is like through us or by yourself. We just want the help to be provided. So yeah. Anyway, I was talking about I'm so sorry. መጽሐፍ እንትኑ like ሙቀት በጣም አለ እና እዚህ እንትን ሆነብኝ ነውና what was I talking ሜላን ልትነግረኝ ነው እያሱ?
You were talking about common up essays and like the difference between supplements.
Thank you so much. So yeah, አሁን አስታውስኩት። So እያንዳንዱ ኮሌጆች የራሳቸው የሆነ supplemental essays አሏቸው እያልኳችሁ ነበር እና college like Stanford University for instance, they might have like I don't know 4 supplemental essays kind of thing, or 5 or more than that. Some have 1, some minimum ላይኖራቸው ይችላል. Some might not even require common up essay. Common up college ሆነው ራሱ common up ባጭሩ common up ለማታውቁት it's a platform where you can apply to like multiple colleges at once by providing like the common informations. It's just for you to not like write those common informations like your name, your all those like common informations about you that are like required by all colleges repeatedly. Higher college apply የምታደርጉ ከሆነ you don't have to write this 20 times. You just write it once and it gets submitted to all. So that's basically common up.org ላይ ገብታችሁ you can explore. There's like bunch of YouTube videos. It doesn't have to be እኛ የምናወራው ስለ common up essay. If you're interested ስለ common up, you can just go watch those videos on YouTube. We will host some more events and workshops about that too. I might probably do this more often ጠብቁ በጣም because like we're giving out all our services for free by Admissions Counseling Inc. Sir. So fortunately I'm excited about that. So yeah, so basically ወደ ኤሴይ ታሪክ ልምጣ. I think that's basically ወደ ኮሌጅ ወይም ወደ ዩኒቨርሲቲ አክሴፕት ሳልደረግ በፊት የነበረኝ ኤክስፒሪየንስ ያንን ይመስል ነበረ. I don't want to take long. Oh my god. I'm taking በጣም ብዙ ሰዓት መሰለኝ ጥያቄዎችን ለመጠየቅ በጣም ሰዓት እንዲኖረን እፈልጋለሁ. So ኮሌጅ ከገባሁ በኋላም ተመሳሳይ ኤክስፒሪየንስ ነው የነበረኝ. I had to like write essays. Again, I was like a better writer by then. So I used to write a lot of essays, but UWC was like a writing school for me. Oh my god, we used to write a lot of essays. There's this like IAEEs and all that we had to write like 4,000 word essays, 800 word essays. There were times when I had to write like 800 word essay in just under an hour. Yeah, that was like, but I'm a deadline ምናምን ሲሹ ነው ግን I'm exposing myself here, but like ራሴን እያጋለጥኩ ነው እዚህ ጋር ዴድላይን ምናምን ኢሹ ምናምን ኖሮ በቃ there were times when we had to like ራሳችንን ፎርስ የምናደርግበት ታይም ነበረ ኤሴዎችን እየጻፍን ማለት ነው. You shared that. Yasu shares this experience.
No, I'm just saying you got through it. It's all right.
But you know about it too. ይገባሃል more.
Yeah.
We got through it. Yes. እና ብዙ ኤሴዎችን ስጽፍ ነበር እና I learned a lot about essays like but like about at least like writing something like structuring my sentences and all that. ከነዚህ ኤክስፒሪየንስ ነበር IB ነበር international baccalaureate ነበር የወሰድኩት. So we used to like write a lot of essays and a lot of like research papers. So when it comes to applying, I still applied to like some programs when I was in UWC, SSP, YYGS. I basically used my previous essays. To be honest, I did not write a lot. I used them, but like I edited them a little bit. I was lazy to write a new essays. I wrote some, but like, yeah. Anyway, other than that, where did I apply? Essays after that experience mostly was like academics. Again, like by the way, when I said college essays are not like academics essays and yenante academics of like college essay takamaachum sulacho, I'm not saying it's not going to be helpful at all. I'm just saying it's different. You can use your skills that you like for that you write, of course, that you're going to use to write academics paper ለመጻፍ የምትጠቀሙትን skill you of course use it to write college essays too. But the difference is the content, the way you approach those essays is very, very different. Here, college essays, there's no rule, there's no criteria. It's up to you. You can design it the way you want. You can be creative as long as you answer the question and you show yourself in those essays. But for academics essays, there is a criteria, there's a rubric. There's you have to do this, you have to do that. No one is going to ask you this for college essays. And there's no like እንዲህ የተቀመጠ rule በኮሌጅ board or በcommon app organization የተቀመጠ rule የለም essay በዚህ መንገድ ነው የሚጻፈው ብሎ. You just write some English words, combine them, design it the way you want, and then submit it if you think that's like a really good essay. So yeah, that's basically it. So coming up, then I submitted. I still had to like, I used my college counselor ነበረ እዛ feedback ሰጠኝ. Shout out to Workner Fola from Harvard University. He also reviewed my essays. I have interviewed him. You can go check out the video on my YouTube. Is like a 2-hour long webinar with Workner Fola. Shout out to him. And so basically that's what happened. So I'm so sorry, someone is knocking on the door. Yeah, so I'm back. So basically that was the experience I had for the first for when I applied to college. I mean, that was the first time I applied to colleges, and then I had to submit my who else edited my essays actually? I think those are the main people who edited my college essays and my common app essays. በዋናነት ማለት ነው ወርቅነህና my college counselor, and I had to send it to some people also, but I forgot who. I'm sorry if I forgot who you are. But yeah, that was the experience I had, and then I submitted, and then I got accepted to a few colleges, including Trinity, of course, and then I chose Trinity. That was bachelor experience in college essay, and now I learned a lot. It's all about experience. It's all about writing again and again. It's all about applying. It's all about like getting feedbacks on the essays you write. It's all about starting early, as Barakat said, leveraging your situations, asking for feedbacks, and being with a friend. Interested basically using those international applications as a way for you to learn how to write college essays. So the more you apply, the more you learn. So I don't know if you guys probably not. So yeah.
I think like it's like you said most of it. So maybe we can go to Q&As. Already ሰላሳ ደቂቃ ብቻ ነው ያለን።
Okay, yeah.
So,
Yeah, true. Or let's start the line.
Yeah.
ጥያቄ we'll try to answer as many of them as possible. ብዙ ረጅም ሰዓት ላንወስድ እንችላለን ግን ያ ጥያቄዎችን you guys okay ማየት ትችላላችሁ እናንተም specifically ስለ ኤሴዎች የሆኑ ጥያቄዎችን ብመልስ ደስ ይለኛል እኔ we can answer about other college application questions too, but like let me try to choose the questions. Okay, can someone answer this question? I'm displaying the questions here. What type is by Nati Shumelis, what type of writing you use, narrative or montage for common app essay? Melan, say something.
I think this is about the style, right?
Yeah. I mean, if I could go ahead with it, I'm not sure what montage is. I know that with movies and films, but I don't know what it is in writing. For me, I wrote it. I mean, it depends on the essay, Like, if the essay, let's say, why do you want to apply to our school? It will be more professional and trying to target, those reasons. But more of the open-end essays or the like the long personal essays, I would just focus on my story and try to make a narrative, like try to narrate and describe, the hook of the story. So in short, it's like the writing style that you use depends on what kind of essay you write. But I think you said coming up essay. If we're talking about the main essay, which is, I think 650 words. But I think, well, I mean, it still depends on your story, but it should be, I believe it will be more narrative.
I think I would say don't stress a lot about the style that you're writing. Like worry more about the content. Like እንደምታስገቡ actually. I think ቶሎ ቶሎ ብንሄድ ጥሩ ነው. Like
Okay.
there's one question
more
about like
ብታወሩት ነገር ካለ ብዬ ነው። Please tell me how to oh, this is a good question.
how to make better hook for your essay.
I would say this is a good question because the hook is very important. If you consider the application process or like admission officers reading your essays, they're reading hundreds and hundreds of essays per day, hours and hours of reading. So they definitely get burned out. I've talked to many admission counselors myself, and what I would suggest is having a very interesting hook is important. Like it's one of the most important things because it helps them zone into your essay. They're intrigued and they want to read more and more. And there is not a template, I would say, to have a good hook, because if everyone followed the same template, then it would not be a good hook. You have to find a unique way to kind of present yourself in a way that maybe someone else hasn't before. So I couldn't tell you a formulaic way of, oh, start with a question. No, like you start with something where if I read that sentence or the couple of sentences, I would be like, whoa, I want to know more about this person. And you're trying to basically like gauge the admission counselors or whoever's reading your essays into wanting to know more about you and being extremely interested in the life of your life, So hook is very important, but I don't think there's a way of really like I can't give you a formulaic way of writing a hook.
Okay, so that's a good answer. ቶሎ ቶሎ እንሂድ። ቶፍል አይልቲኤስ ዶሊንጎ ምናምን ሞስትሊ ዩኤስ ኮሌጅስ ዶሊንጎ ነው የሚጠይቁት። you can take that more convenient የሚሆነው እሱ ነው። እዚህ ላይ የምትጨምሩት ነገር አለ ስለ ኤሴዎች ሞር እንትን እንበል።
I think ለዚህኛው ስለ essay focus ብናደርግ ይሻላል አይመስልም? And then ጊዜ ካለ ወደ ሌሎቹ ጥያቄዎች።
እሺ I'm just trying to look for questions. ለዛ ነው ዲስፕሌይ ሆኖ ቁጭ ያለው። I can just like do this actually. Can I start applying now? I was junior in high school this year. How to make detailed research? Because if you have their own Telegram channel. Sorry. My story. Tell us about what story you write. I don't know. Like the challenges I faced there, that's more of like kind of personal, and I might not be comfortable to share it here. But it's more of like academics related ነበረ የኔ more stressed ነበርኩኝ ደብሊሲ በጣም በአካደሚክስ so በዛ ጉዳይ ላይ ትንሽ ስትረስ ነበርኩ ጀነራል የኢንቫይሮንመንት የሶሻል ስታፎች ነበሩ more challenge ነበሩ ለኔ ማለት ነው I don't see any question that's related to essays that how can we make our essays less boring how can we make our essays less boring Yasu.
I can take that. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it depends on like how you put it, right? Like to make it less boring. I think if you're talking about your story and you make it interesting, like ለምሳሌ unnecessary detail እናትጨምሩ, like just you have limited words. ስለዚህ ያላችሁን ወደ ተጠቅማችሁ like make sure that you whatever you putting in your essay it's relevant, right? እና ደግሞ admission officer ወይ እናንተን ኤሴ የሚያነበው የምር ኬር እንደሚያደርግ ስለእናንተ ኤሴ like make sure that like that's the case, right? እንጂ ያን ያክል እነሱን like እናንተን አክሴፕት እንድትደረጉ የማይረዳችሁ አይነት ኢንፎርሜሽን አታድርጉ። እሱ ነው ቦሪንግ የሚያደርገው because like they read a lot of essays per day, so like they're gonna get bored really quickly. So like use a hook to and make it interesting. እና like make them intrigued, right? like ለምሳሌ አንደኛውን ፓራግራፍ ስትጨርሱ ወደ ሌላኛው ፓራግራፍ እንዲሄዱ ከዛ like እስከ መጨረሻው ድረስ like make it engaging እና like just make it interesting.
ያ በጣም አንድ ኢምፖርታንት ፖይንት ረስተናል ሳይሆን ሜንሽን መጨረሻ ላይ እናደርጋለን ብለን ነው። ምናልባት በጣም አሁን ላይ ሜንሽን ማድረግ አለብን። ኢትዮጵያም ሰዓቱ በጣም እየመሸ ነው። people have to sleep but yeah like why us የሚል በጣም ኢምፖርታንት የሆነ ጥያቄ አለ ኮሌጅ አፕሊኬሽን ላይ why this college የሚል ማለት ነው። so እነዚህ ጥያቄዎች እንዴት ነው የምንመልሳቸው? why this college ከመሬት ተነስተን I chose this college because it's a really good college, it's located in the US where there are like good opportunities and stuff አይነት ጄኔሪክ የሆኑ ኤክስትሪምሊ ጄኔሪክ ነው እንደውም ጄኔሪክ የሆኑ ዲቴሎችን መጨመር በጣም it's not good but what I can say about this is why ask ኮሌጆችን ስጽፉ ሪሰርች አድርጉ። ኮሌጆችን በደንብ ሪሰርች አድርጉ። like specific የሆኑ ዲቴሎችን if you have to like ብዙ ጊዜ ይባላል ግን ለምሳሌ like don't use this ግን like mention your professor sum. I mean you might want to use this but like probably many people are going to use this after this. specific የሆነ project, I'm just mentioning an example. specific የሆነ club you can mention that. ብዙ ቦታ specific የሆነ ነገር mention ስታደርጉ ነው more interested እንደሆናችሁ ኮሌጁ ላይ የምታሳዩት why Trinity why college ስንባባል ማለት ነው። so ያንን ነገር አድርጉ። በኋላ ላይም ሰሚት የምታደርጉት ኤሴ ላይ ፎርሙን post እናደርጋለን። join our telegram channel, we're going to post the form there and በኋላ ላይ ከዚህ ሴሽን በኋላ then you submit your essays and live ነገር review እናደርገዋለን። ከዛ በዘለለ የቀሩ ጥያቄዎችን መልሰን we're going to end the session for today.
I think like regarding why as essay the thing that helped me the most is like I saw this YouTube video that said like why as essay is actually not why us, it's why you. so ኢሲያችሁን ስትጽፉ እናንተ ማሳመን ያለባችሁ why are you the right fit for that specific university. like ኢፕሳ እንዳላችሁ you need to research more እሱን figure out ለማድረግ ግን more focus ማድረግ ያለባችሁ ለምሳሌ አሁን like ስትጽፉ say like if you're writing about Trinity College for example, Trinity College እንደዚህ ፋሲሊቲዎች አሉት እንደዚህ መምህሮች አሉት እንደዚህ ያላችሁ ሰው መጻፍ ያለባችሁ why would you be a right fit if you go to Trinity College. ስለዚህ እናንተ ስለናንተ ኢንተረስት ተናገሩና እነዛ ለምሳሌ እዚህ እነዛን ኢንተረስቶቻችሁ ትሪኒቲ ላይ ስትሄዱ እንዴት ይበልጥ ዴቨሎፕ ማድረግ እንደምትችሉ እና it's actually like why you essay. so like you should more focus on like why you're the right fit. It's like the most common supplemental questions ever, right? No, I just wanted to mention that.
yeah so yeah research አድርጉ. research colleges on different websites. ነገም probably በደንብ እንጨምራለን ብዙ ዲቴሎችን ብዙ ኢንፎርሜሽኖችን። አሁን ላይ ግን ብዙ ጥያቄ አላይም። ነገ ጥያቄዎችን መጠየቅ ትችላላችሁ። how can we start our essays? That's actually a good question to just start. Literally what I did for Common App essay was like I was so stressed. How am I going to start my essay now? And then I watched supertutortv.com. go watch her channel. It's a really good resource. just start writing. በቃ ዝም ብላችሁ ጻፉ። የመጣላችሁን ጻፉ. then you'll keep editing that and you'll make it a really good essay. Though just start, just write what you no one is going to be like you have a shitty first draft. No, what people care about is your final draft. So yeah, just write whatever you want on your first draft though. And yeah, how can you apply? I'm going to grade 11 year research. So that's basically it for today. What's the most common mistake on writing essays like grammatical deprecating words using extreme words? The common mistake ምትሉት አለ። common mistake እኔ probably የምለው ነገ more ቲፖችን እንጨምራለን። ሪቪዊንግ ሴሽን ብቻ አይደለም የሚኖረው፣ more ምክሮችን እንጨምራለን። ይጠቅማቸዋል ሪቪው ያደረግን። so ዛሬ እዚህ ላይ ብናበቃ ጥሩ ነው። ይሄንን ጥያቄ መጨረሻ ይሆናል። so what's the common mistake on writing essays? There's a lot of common mistake. Bro, we're going to talk this tomorrow. there is a lot. የኮሌጅ ስም መሳሳት በጣም ኮመን ነው። ደበላልቆ ማስቀመጥ የኮሌጅ ስም በስተት ማስቀመጥ ይችላል። የሌላ ኮሌጅ ስም ለዚህ ኮሌጅ ማስቀመጥ ሊሆን ይችላል እና በጣም ብዙ አለ እና but yeah, we're going to talk more about this tomorrow. For now, this is it. Submit your essays on our Telegram channel ላይ ፎርም እናስቀምጣለን. Go to our Telegram channel. I'm just going to post the link to our Telegram channel in the comments. I think probably most of you know. This is it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Or I'll get the link. And because we're just going to end it. I'll put it in the description box for those of you who are watching this late. But for those of you who are live, I'm putting this. It won't take that long, just a sec. ለብዙዎቻችሁ ጆይን እንድታደርጉት ማለት ነው። አሁን ቶሎ ቴሌግራም ቻናላችን HTTP ምናምን ሊንኩን ላስቀምጥላችሁ። Yeah, I just put it. So thank you all for joining. It was hopefully a very helpful talk about SAS and our experiences. I know, yeah, Berkat is tired. We all are tired. Milan's tired. I'm very tired, bro. I did not sleep tonight, so it was but I'm combat. So yeah, thank you all for joining, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same time, 9 p.m. East African time. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Our guest, በጣም እናመሰግናለን. Thank you so much, Yasu, everyone. Thank you. See you all tomorrow.